Have you had a chance to see the recent live stream of the celebrating 25 years of Disney on Broadway concert? It was streamed last Friday, and I've seen it and want to talk about it with you after the intro. Well, hello there. My name's Jeremy and welcome back to Freeform Disney, where I talk about all aspects of Disney, from the animated movies to the theme parks to Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, and the TV shows, and everything else in between. And that is why it's Freeform. And keep coming back every day for new daily content. If you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now on to today's topic, celebrating 25 years of Disney on Broadway, the Livestream Concert. I reported in my weekly news a week and a half ago about this concert being streamed soon to raise money for Broadway Cares to help people affected by the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. While it was originally scheduled to take place last Monday, as I reported then, a dispute with the American Federation of Musicians led to the event being canceled. But not for long. An agreement was reached after the musicians themselves spoke out, and the live stream of the concert was rescheduled for last Friday. And it was a great event. It was a celebration of Disney being on Broadway for 25 years and all the productions that were involved in that, which all started with the production of Beauty and the Beast, which became a big hit, and the hits have kept on coming for Disney, all the way up to the most recent Hercules production. And this concert was song after song from the different plays. There were 79 stars performing and a 15-piece orchestra all up on stage. Now remember, this concert was recorded back in November of last year, live streamed now, and that live stream also included some new interviews with some of the stars. For me, I watched it live last Friday, but not to fear, you can still watch it here on YouTube at Broadway Cares YouTube channel, and I'll have a link down below in the description. Now if you'll indulge me for a bit, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the concert and what I loved about it. First off, host Ryan McCartan did a great job of hosting. It was a fun set of interviews, good opening and closing, and just for extra amusement, he shaved his beard off after finding out that the concert was canceled. And so then that meant that the pre-recorded interviews all were him with a larger beard than he had for all the live portions. Good times. Good times. The first song of the concert was great. It was a traditional welcome blessing from a few South African cast members of Lion King. And they were in costume and it spread across the entire stage, so it was more of a production than most of these were, which most were just songs being sung, not theatrical productions of some degree. Although there was one other exception that certainly was more theatrical, and that was a piece from Newsies where we had a whole ensemble number. We had some benches out. We had a whole lot going on in that one. It was also a reunion for them, apparently. So that was pretty cool as well. Definitely enjoyed that. And personally for me, I would have loved some more of them to have been productions to some degree. But I fully understand them not going that route and having it be more of a concert. Some of my favorite interviews, Ashley Brown had a great interview in there. And there's a lot to learn from Ashley Brown. She knows so many of them so well. So much so that she actually got brought in to do the Freaky Friday song when the actual person who was going to be singing it had to go out sick. So she sang that song having just learned it that day. And then still did her piece as Mary Poppins later on with a medley with Christian Borle and also her own solo song. So she was in 3 different full songs during the course and then also an interview for the live portion here. So that was pretty fun, and she's got one heck of a voice. Of course, in fairness, everyone in this production has one heck of a voice, so dang, I'm not going to try going and comparing how good people's voices are. They're good. I've also got to say the interview with Jellani Aladdin was also really fun, especially because we have this interesting connection between the host and Jellani Aladdin, because the host has been playing Hans, and Jellani Aladdin originated the role of Kristoff on Broadway for Frozen. So that was a fun little connection. And then Jellani Aladdin came in there later to do Go the Distance from Hercules, along with a couple other cast members from Hercules. And that piece with Hercules, combined with the one right after it, is probably one of my favorite moments within the production. The back-to-back of Go the Distance with the 3 of them, and then the Muses coming in to sing Zero to Hero. Really, really nicely done. It could play that section back over and over again right there. There are also a number of songs I didn't know already, having not gotten to see, well, any of these as Broadway productions, to be honest. And also a few that I've not seen any for. But some of my favorites were new ones in there, where they were like changing me from Beauty and the Beast, which had an extra irony with Cara Lindsay being very, very pregnant at the time she was actually singing it, which seemed to slow her down not at all as far as being able to sing and get through that song. In fact, it brought in a little extra humor. Beauty and the Beast actually was in there 3 different times, as well as Hercules, which makes some sense that they got so much love because the very first production and the most recent production. And I'm not going to talk about everything from the production, but I'll talk about a couple more before moving on. There was also a song from Little Mermaid that I wasn't familiar with, She's in Love, which was a song with Flounder and Ariel's sisters. Enjoyed that one, and neat to see Flounder actually get a song. Wonder if this will make it into the live-action Little Mermaid coming up soon. Oh, another interview that was really cool was Susan Egan, who actually originated the role for Belle for Beauty and the Beast on Broadway way back 25 years ago. So important there, but you also know her, even if you've never seen the Broadway production, you know her because she's also the voice of Meg in the movie Hercules. And I can't not talk about James Monroe Iglehart, who hopefully I pronounced his name right, but talked a lot about being a giant Disney fan, and he had this whole piece he freshly rapped out at the beginning, then did a very interesting different take on Can You Feel the Love Tonight? A really fun interview to close out the interviews for the whole production. But while he might have had the last interview, he did not have the last song. The last song was a giant number for Let It Go, where we brought like everyone onto stage who had been doing anything earlier in the production. And that was fun. It was the only time we actually had a Frozen song, intriguingly. And it was a great big way to go out. And so if you have not seen it, go see it. It's fun, it's up there, it's free. But guess what? Before we go ahead and finish this, let me talk about why it was being put on. So back on November 4th of last year, it was a benefit concert for the Broadway Cares and Equity Fights AIDS Fund, and it raised over $500,000. Now last Friday, it was live streamed to raise money for Broadway Cares to help build a COVID-19 emergency assistance fund. It raised over $600,000 during the live stream. Now, the fund as a whole is still taking money, and you can donate if you have the means. The link to do so is broadwaycares.org/help2020, and I'll have a link down below in the description you can click on. There is currently a group of producers matching funds, so all of your donations will count double. And if you're curious about exactly where your money is going, you can go ahead and read this, which is a quote from Broadway Cares website, and that answers it. So feel free to pause that and go ahead and read. So if you've got the means, definitely go ahead and feel free to donate over there. Certainly people are hurting all over the world, and this is one small segment of the world that needs some help as well. And I hope you're doing okay during this coronavirus pandemic yourselves. And hey, if you've got the opportunity, go watch this concert. So what about you? Have you seen the concert? What was your favorite song during the course of it? Or what about your favorite interview? Let me know down below in the comments. And thanks for watching. If you liked it, please give it a like, share it with anyone else who's gonna really love it too. And I'll see you back here again tomorrow for another new episode of Freeform Disney. And if you haven't done it yet, click that big ol' red subscribe button and ring the bell. Have a magical day, everyone, and may the Force be with you always.